I wanted to share some information that I found about a Hitachi VisionPlate that I've purchased. I purchased a box full of these. I got 16 of them at a recycling center, and they're brand new, and the packaging, um, it came in. I got them like that and didn't know much about them, but they were one of the original tablet computers. I think this one was produced in 2000 or 2001, and it's all metal. It's really durable, heavy duty. This one happens to be the PC5NR1 J5154J010. You can see that there. And so it's kind of an interesting unit. It was made to run. I've got a web page open here that talks about it here. This one's VisionPlate Blogspot, and this is the exact unit that I have. He has the same numbers here. So it's a Transmeta Crusoe 400 megahertz processor, 64 megabytes of onboard memory, and it has an 800 by 600 display, sound blaster. It came and it's apparently installed with Maduri Linux. I haven't found a copy of that available anywhere that I could use, and it does have wireless Wi-Fi. So, but to get it to work, I found that I could put a version of embedded Linux on it, and I can get it working with this compact flash that mine has. And so I'm going to go over that with you and show you how I do it. So first, or next here, I'm going to remove the compact flash card from this VisionPlate. You can kind of get a better look at it here. It's made of solid metal here. It's got some buttons here and a selector button there, a speaker. This is the battery up here. It has a release slider here. Then this has the RAM inside of this cover, and then here is where the compact flash is. So I'm going to remove that here. Just two Phillips screws to remove. I have a micro precision screwdriver that I'm using here. So the cover comes right off. Like this, you just remove it. And then your compact flash is right here. So I'm going to slide that out, set this down. Then, coming over here onto my computer here, I have a compact flash port. I'm going to stick that in there. Stick the compact flash in there. And the first thing I use is something called Rufus. I downloaded this and it creates bootable USB drives, but I'm using it for this compact flash application. And that's available at rufus.akeoie.ie. So you can go there and get that software. It's pretty useful. So I'm going to start that up here. So there we go. Let's see if it's found the disk. Yes, it has it there. Compact flash. And all I want to do is format it to get it ready to install Linux onto it. There it goes. Okay, that's done. Then the next thing I do is I have another program called UNET Booten, and that I downloaded also, and you could search for that online. Let's see if I can zoom in better there. That's what it's called. And I'm going to use an ISO. You could also select different distributions here, and it installs it onto your floppy disk or your disk flash drive, or I'm using the compact flash for this purpose. So I'm going to locate that. I have it on right here. I use this Linux version, Puppy Linux 4.0, and it has a CMonkey browser. As you can see, it's only 87 megabytes, so it's pretty small. So I'm going to select that one, open, then I'm going to let it run. So it's extracting and copying the files onto my compact flash. It takes a minute or so here, and then once I get this done, I put it back into the VisionPlate and boot it up and go through initial setup, which is pretty simple. So I'll put links to these on the YouTube video for the Unit booting and the Linux Puppy Linux file, and what was the other thing? The Rufus. I'll put those 3 links onto the bottom of this so you can download those and set up your VisionPlate. Okay, so that's done. Now we're ready to install this back into the VisionPlate here. So I'm just going to slide it back into the position here. There we go. And put the cover back on. Once again, 2 screws to install. Okay. Another thing about this VisionPlate is that this has the protective covering still on it. It is a touchscreen, but I haven't found the software that works to get the touchscreen to operate. So I install on the USB, at least this one is like headphones and microphone, but on the USB part it has 2 USB ports, and I put a external external keyboard, wired keyboard, and mouse in there, and then this is where the power goes in. And for the power, these didn't come with AC adapters, so I was able to find one. What you need is a let's see, you need a 1.3 19 volt and a 3.3 amp AC adapter, and it needs to have this kind of plug-in to fit into the side of the VisionPlate here. And I was fortunate enough to find one online. I think they were like $4 each or something, because nobody needs them. But if you find one with these specifications, it'll work. Yeah, I've got the keyboard and mouse plugged in. So now I'm going to push the power button. You can see that it's charging. It has a rechargeable lithium-ion battery. I'm going to start up the computer here. And there's Hitachi on the screen there. Then it's found the Puppy Linux version in there. So it's starting to load. Takes a little while. It's going to be kind of setting itself up to the environment of this computer. And so you can see some more about the components on here. It has the menu button, then it has up and down here, then it has the RF button there, and on and the on off, then mail, internet, and P1, probably a universal, you could program that one. Then it has a selector button here. There you can see it has what kind of processor it has. And then there's a built-in microphone and the speaker. And I've got the USB ports plugged in here. It's kind of a very neat computer. It also has something for like a base that I don't have, but it could sit on to be propped up. And it's still decompressing here and installing. Okay, then it comes to this screen where it's asking what kind of keyboard, and this is a regular keyboard, so I'm going to click OK. It's still going through installing here. Then it asks if you want it, which type of X server you want to use. I'm going to choose the one that's selected there. Okay, then this has an 800 by 600, so I'm going to drop down and select that one. So I think we're almost done here. Yeah, the X desktop starting to load up. And once again, this is kind of it's a very small RAM and very small, the compact flash, 128 megabyte drive. So it's kind of struggles a little bit. It's not the fastest machine you'll have. I have read about people putting in, larger flash drives in there, or putting in a solid state drive in this, but I haven't tried that yet. Also upgrading the RAM. Well, there you go, there's the desktop. So there you are. And all I haven't found out how to get the touchscreen working, but if we could get the desktop up, at least it's a usable machine. Good place to start from. So I hope that helps.